Welcome to Platinum Nuggets. I am Eddie Chigozi. This is the Money Moment. Uganda is one of the most entrepreneurial countries in the world. As a matter of fact, in 2016, a survey which was published in the African Business Report, where they ranked countries in terms of the percentage of the adult population which is engaged in entrepreneurial activities. This survey found out that actually Uganda was the most entrepreneurial country on the planet. Isn't that amazing? Well, much as it is, unfortunately, only a few of the businesses created really survive, and even fewer are those that are actually thriving. There are so many reasons that explain why this is the case in Uganda. I have identified two very important ones which I haven't had many people talk about. And so, in our Money Moment today, we're going to try and understand these two very important reasons why the business environment in Uganda is this way. The first reason is the entrepreneurial myth, and the second one is lack of focus. Let's begin. A gentleman, an American, named Michael Gerber, wrote and published a book which he called The E-Myth, and it helps you to understand why small businesses fail. Now, Michael talks about three very important kinds of people that are necessary if any business is to grow and become successful, even if it is a small business. These three are the technician, the person who is responsible for and knows how to produce the product which the business produces. Then there is the entrepreneur. This is the visionary, the person who innovates, the person who thinks about the clientele, how to motivate clients, and how to generally grow the business. Then the third one is the manager. This is the person responsible for the systems which ensure the efficiency of the business, and also who manages the people who run or control these systems. The entrepreneurial myth that Michael talks about is simply the illusion that many technicians or technocrats have. The belief that all that you need to create and run and build a successful business is knowing how to produce the product of that business. In other words, one of the challenges why small businesses fail is because people focus mostly and mainly on the product. They don't understand the impact and the importance of the other two functions. That is the function of the entrepreneur and that of the manager. Now, coming back to Uganda, the truth is that most of the businesses that are started in Uganda are started by technicians. Let me give a good example of this. When a person knows how to cook very delicious meals, that's a chef. They open a restaurant business. A lawyer starts a law practice. A medical doctor opens a clinic. An engineer opens up a construction firm. An architect opens an architectural business. And so what contributes or what explains those statistics, why so many of these businesses are failing? It is because most of these technicians do not realize that the technician alone, the knowledge they have of the law, the knowledge of cooking, making delicious dishes is not all that it takes to build and run a successful restaurant business. The second point, lack of focus. For this one, I'm going to explain it with a personal experience. In 2021, we launched a grocery business. We decided to take advantage of the fact that during 2020, the lockdown had forced people in our target market to learn and also to appreciate home deliveries as opposed to going to shop in the market or in a shop. In taking advantage of that, it worked very well for us because our operational costs did not involve renting a shop. The more we did these deliveries to our customers and clients, we became aware of the need to understand logistics. In this case, logistics means the delivery of a product from the seller to the consumer who needs it. That transportation process. And so I took it upon myself to understand what logistics as a business looks like. The more I learned, the more I understood about logistics as a business, the more opportunities I saw around for such a business. And the fact that where our grocery is, we do not have very well organized logistical companies to do this for us. That is when I fell into the entrepreneur's trap, which is so many business ideas. I honestly started being tempted with the thought that I was in the wrong business. I was actually tempted to close up the grocery business and go into logistics. This is exactly what I am explaining. I managed to reconcile it for myself this way, that since it's the grocery business that had opened my eyes to the value and the importance of logistics, then I am going to focus on the grocery business, build it to maturity. And then, after it has matured and it can function independent of me, then I can start another business. There is actually a report that came out of a survey that was done in Uganda here during the lockdown of 2020. As I read this report, I discovered that one of the future successful businesses in Uganda post-COVID is going to be the logistics business. I have managed to discipline myself. So in summary, the two reasons that I have been talking about as to why many small businesses that start in Uganda fail and very few are thriving is first of all because of the entrepreneurial myth, and the second one is lack of focus. At this point, I want to ask you a question. After having learnt from what we just discussed, what contributes to failure of businesses in Uganda, what are you going to do about it? How would you respond to this information? Is it going to be business as usual for you after this? I want to give a suggestion, a simple suggestion, something that I believe you can do. That business idea you have right now, think about it, focus on it, and implement it. Or if you are already running a business, I want to give you a task to focus on this business to grow it to maturity. By maturity, I mean that this business should be able to function and even thrive while you are not directly involved in it. That for me is my definition of maturity. If you can get your business to that point, then you will have learned how to focus. I can guarantee you that if you get this business to that maturity level, the things that you're going to learn along the way, the principles, the disciplines, the lessons that you are going to learn are going to be very helpful in your next business. I mean, who said that you only have to have one business? You can open up many different businesses because that is really what the life of an entrepreneur is all about. That is our money moment today. We have lots of information for you on how to manage your personal finances, how to start, to build, and to run a successful business. All this information is in audios which are free of charge. simply make your request by WhatsApp. The number is 256 702 809 040, and you will have access to our audio store where you can make your own choice of the audios that you want, and we shall send them to you. Thank you so much for listening, and look out for more money moments right here on Platinum Nuggets, and have a wonderful day.